saw some videos of other people doing hexagon ones. I was like, oh, I'm so in. I have an obsession. I've always been like curious about what it would be like to hand sew an entire quilt. It's hitting the spot, and I feel like I'm connecting with my feminine ancestors. So I'll show you my plan. I would show you some of my past projects that have taken me about a year, or maybe more than a year. One's still in progress, and then show you a little bit about how I'm going about this hexagon. I'm by no means a pro at it, but I'm doing my best, and I'm fortunate that my mom is a really good seamstress and has a bunch of stuff for me to be able to utilize. So first, let me go ahead and show you my most successful year-long craft project. Of course, as soon as I put it down, we've got a little guest. This is Frida, showing off our nice temperature quilt. I made this temperature quilt when it was 2021, I think. I used Heartland, mostly Lion Heartland brand wool, and I love this yarn so much. And I had a little bit left over, and I've made so many projects out of my leftovers, but I wish that they still sold it. You can still find it like occasionally, but I'm pretty sure that it's at least as challenging to find in mine, because I love this yarn so much I would use it for pretty much anything. What I did is I did the linen stitch, and then I'm pretty sure that this is, well, I think that this is December. And I did one row a day, so like went one direction. And I just measured it, literally. I measured it to my favorite blanket for length, and I chained that much. And then as far as like how long it would be, I just was like, it'll just be as long as it is, however long 365 was. And I know some people's temperature quilts can turn out like so humongous, but I feel like I got really lucky because mine just happened by no pre-planning of my own to turn out to be about the size of a full-size quilt. So yeah, so we had this huge heat wave in 2021, which is right about where Frida's at. She's a little concerned because the dogs are here. And so you can see we just had like so many high reds, and I just had to purchase quite a few. I had to purchase like a higher color. But yeah, so that right there, it fits a twin size bed, is my 2021 quilt. And how I kept track of those colors was I made like a little reference chart that got really messy. I think I have it somewhere, but I also made a Padlet with the pictures of the actual one because I was really nervous about running out of yarn. But because of that heat wave, I didn't end up using like half of the ones that I thought I might run out of. And so this is kind of just going to be a mess, but I just put what color it is. And I actually really like this because I have gone back to this recently and checked, like what were the colors. I really like that. Can I find that? I had a few of the like Vanna's Choice kind of towards the end. Oh, and then I did one line of for every month. So there was this Rainier in every month. So that was like a pretty good method for me. Okay, now I'll show you and then I skipped a year. I didn't do one in 2022 because I was trying to do an embroidery, year-long embroidery project. I should go find that and show that to you too. Well, gosh, I just rummaged around for like a good 20 minutes and I cannot find that embroidery hoop that I was making my year-long daily embroidery thing. I got like fairly far. I got to like March. I kind of don't know what I did with it. I know I didn't get rid of it, but it must be buried somewhere deep in the craft thing. Okay, so that's what I tried to do and did not complete in 2022. 2023, I also didn't complete something, and this is what I made in 2023. So for 2023, we have a guest, is Claudia this time. For 2023, I am making still, I plan on finishing this, an alpine stitch. This was my first time, excuse you, Claudia, ever doing the alpine stitch. And what I discovered is that I enjoy it, but it is the biggest, it is the biggest yarn eater ever. Like, I know if I keep doing this alpine stitch that I will not be able to, what is happening right now? That I will not be able to have enough yarn. Okay, so this is fun, Claudia. This is so fun. Okay. So this is what I have so far. Again, I actually measured it to that exact same blanket. And then I'm just going willy-nilly on it. We won't talk about the edges because I'm doing something wrong and my edges really suck on this. So that's something I'm learning. Just side little appearance. I went to one of those pottery places where you put your own pottery, and I made a little kitty cat yarn thing. It's really heavy though. That's the problem. With this one, I did like a little sheet, and I put the kinds of yarn down the side, and then I wrote down all the dates and then just crossed it off as I went. And this brand, gosh, I don't even remember what this brand is because I've taken off all the, it's not as good. I know that. I know that I deeply like the other one better than I do this one. Editing me here. I didn't have a very good transition. So let's go ahead and watch me prepare to get my hexagon quilt. The first thing I'm going to do is make my little diagram really nice and cute so I know which fabrics to use each day. Made a little card for myself to use throughout the year to help me know, so I've definitely finalized. And then this is just a little sheet for me to remember. So 1 week equals 1 flower because there's 7. See, here's the flower right there. 7 hexies. And then I'm going to put a border around it out of this. It'll be my border fabric. Super cute. And then I have a little reminder for me. This is going to make 56 total sets. And I mean it's got the hexagon and then the border. I actually only need 52. It's a leap year, so I have 2 more days. I mean, 1 more day because of leap year, but then it's actually 52 days and 1 day. 52 weeks and 1 day. So on one of these extra ones, I'll have a couple of real squares, and then the rest will just be me made that. And I'll probably put those in the corners. So here's my setup that I've come up with. I've got this really cute little koala backpack that has lots of nice pockets. Got for $3 a yard sale. In this front pocket, just because this came with a different craft, I was like, well, it's keeping it safe. I've got my pen, And of course, I'm using the Sarasa clip one because those are really great. And then here's the watercolor guide that you saw me making earlier. On the back, I've been tracking my times, and this year I got smart because in the past I've done a tracker in kind of calendar style, but it occurred to me I could just go straight down and it's a lot easier to read, and then I have it by the months. So this has been really nice. So each day I just write down what I need to do. Then once you open it up, I am a huge fan of packing bags for different parts of mine. So first I have this Angu. It's for more like craft supplies, but I've got this cute little needle minder that I got off of Etsy. I don't remember where. And then inside I've got my scissors, which desperately need to be sharpened. I've got all of my hexy paper cutouts, you know, and I've got my other needle pack right there. So, and right now I'm using Coates & Clark hand quilting A260 because that's what my mom handed me, and we had it in the drawer where I was sitting in the living room. And I have each segment, each of these bags has a different number. So I have my bag, they're labeled. This is the plaid, I just used that. And then here are my stripes kit. And my characters. I definitely have more cute character type cutesy stuff I could go find. So I basically keep 0 through 30 in this bag, just so that it's like easier if I know that I need to just tote around one thing. It's got little handles, so it's super helpful. In here I've got my 31 to 40 really cute, all different kinds of styles of sort of like Asian inspired prints. And then I have 41 to 50 polka dots. And this one I'm kind of calling like retro. I don't know. It's sort of just like piece of meal, old fashioned stuff that I like. A little bigger just because that's the size of packing cube that I have. I haven't gotten to use these yet. We're looking forward to summer. Oh, actually I did. I used this one, Extreme, because we had a series of days that were 0. So for Extreme, I just used solid colors. But these are the ones I'm looking forward to using. Look, 60s to 70s flowers. I have so many great florals. I'm really excited about that. I have, when we get into the 81s to 90s, Paisleys. And 91 to 100 degrees, Damask. A collection of those. Oh, one last one I skipped. 71 to 80 Batiks. Quite a bit of those. So, these are kind of like our higher digits, our summer and spring category. So then here's the packing cube that I'm using for my project so far. And so here's the first 2 weeks. And so I'm going to be putting this nice cute little birdie flower pattern around it. So actually the weather was similar this whole first week, so it was all ended up to be in the Asian prints, and I purposely tried to match this time. I'm not going to do that every time, but I just loved this fabric so much. I just think it's so pretty. I used to use it for some little girl dresses that I used to sell, and then this is the second week. I decided to go eclectic and see how that worked out. See, we had an extreme temperatures, very extreme, -11 that day. Also in here are the squares that I'm going to use for the rest of the border. And then here is the week that I'm currently working on, and I've decided to do a little bit of a blue motif. So I'm trying to keep all the fabrics that I choose, no matter what their temperature's in kind of a blue tone. So the best part about this is, like, no matter what the temperature, I can just keep choosing the fabric. So that's my little setup that I've got here. Actually, I see now I could probably add the border to that, so I think I'm going to do that. Thank you so much for joining me on the beginning of my Hexagon quilt year-long temperature project. And if you'd like to see more updates, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. And join me for more cozy and travel and book content. All right, bye.